Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Nasir Sikandar, Director of Physical Education, Government Degree College Qazi Ahmed, going to teach you regarding your subject Introduction to Physical Education. Chapter number 2, the topic is Professional Ethics of Physical Education, and another topic is Place of Physical Education in Islam for classes BA and BSc Part 1. The professional ethics of physical education. Ethics basically deals with the values and especially moral values and the problems of good and evil. When ethics is applied to a particular field or profession, it draws a value oriented criteria around the concerned professional to enhance the creativity and to decide their objectivity for their professions. Their values oriented criteria are presented in formal code of ethics and that are expressed in their lives of practitioners. In the field of physical education, professional ethics instruct to the professionals the tactics of the personal health, fair play, etc. on the basis of moral reasoning and moral values. And elements of professional ethics. Following are the elements of professional ethics which helps one in acquiring true professionalism in the field of physical education. Number one, punctuality and regularity. To become a professional in the field of physical education requires from the aspirants to be punctual and regular in his routine. One should be in one seat early enough to allow oneself the time for preparation. Being late means non-committed students and setting a bad example. Number two, creating a pleasant environment. Similarly, the cheerful demeanors are noticed by teachers and children. College should be pleasant place for everyone. Number three, following professional dress codes, dress as per the job remembering that appearances do count in example one sets for children. For teaching physical education, it is appropriate to wear warm-up shorts or dockers. Number 4. Being and making reasonable and responsible. During students' teaching, it is natural for a teacher to spare more time observing and waiting when one entices the classroom. But one should not wait for one's mentor teacher to tell one what to do. Ask for responsibility early since it shows one's initiative and enthusiasm. Number 5. Having a good characteristic to be followed. Teaching is unavoidably tries to value and students learn about values from their teachers. The virtue to be taught are many and remade as that ethics are ethics. It does not matter if it's a baseball game or natural ink. Hence, instructors who have been educated to think about their professional responsibility can have profound impact on the moral character of those around them. Number 6. Providing a sense of individuality to the students. One should express interest and concern for each child in each classroom, avoiding favoritism. One must try and learn the names of each student as to bond with each of them. Number 7. Developing posture relationship with children. Remember to be a teacher and not a peer of the children. Yet, one should be friendly and accepting. One should get to know children as an individual, and there would be enhanced one's classroom management interactions. Number 8. Keeping oneself away from gossips. While it is natural that others will be curious about one's experiences in field, one should be sure to be professional as one shares those experiences. Try not to use names of teachers or to gossip about what goes on in the college on teachers. One is usually exposed to confidential information about children one is working with in order to protect the students. School or the relationship the university has with college, keep confidential information confidential. Another topic is physical education and Islam. Obviously, physical education is always in connection in Islam. Either we are performing salah, namaz, in which obviously our full body involves performing every activity. Rather we are standing in front of Almighty Allah for worship. Our position of body becomes straight. Our movement become active in front of Allah. Obviously, place of physical education in Islam. While we are performing sports, physical education in Islam, when making decision about their personal and social life. However, a key issue that emerged during the course of the research was how participant understanding of what it means to be a young Muslim man were shaped by the school itself and by a wider social discourse. Indeed, over time it became clear that people made an informed decision about themselves, about being Muslim and being male, on two distinct levels. The internal level, which is comprise their identity with their immediate school environment. Number second, external level, which represent factor exterior to their everyday educational context. Number second, negotiating the self at the internal level. The college environment was an integral part of respondent existence. It symbolized the second home and as such provided by a physical and social space in which they could fully embrace the Islamic way of life. In fact, many expressed how they had chosen to attend Darul Islam simply to learn more about Islam. There was also a very real sense that people wanted to become better proponent of their faith. Shahzad, I just want to become a better Muslim. I wanted to learn more about my deen or religion. I wanted to strengthen my iman. It is a pure commitment to the faith with Almighty Allah. Cause without Allah in my life, I felt like I had nothing in my life. No meaning, no purpose, no direction. Every facet of institution, life at Darul Islam was infused with Islam. From the decor in classrooms, corridors and dormitories to the volume of the space designated for the public and private worship of Allah. This was also evident in the context, content, style and structure of the lessons, in the way that people look, dress and behave. In keeping with the perception of the Islam, a modest and simple dress code was prescribed for all pupils. The manifested itself in the form of long flowing grey robe.